real weapon of mass destruction is human.
Hey everybody. Thanks for being here. Welcome to Monday Night Live. If you're new around here, please like and subscribe and hang around and tell some friends. Yeah, I don't sing, so it's all instrumental, and we're just going to keep on going. Yeah, that's right. Here we go. Hey, everybody. Thank you all for being here. We have a nice crowd as usual. And I want to thank, of course, the man, Frank Terzo, for bringing his folks over to here. I really appreciate it. So please hit the like, subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you, Chris. This is a Parker Fly Mojo, one of 25 made. It has an olive burl top, and it's all mahogany. And it's such a fat sounding guitar. Love this thing. Alright, so we're just going to keep on playing. Here we go. Actually, we might not keep playing. Is it almost time? I think it's almost time. So hopefully my cousin Mark is hanging around because I have a tune that I did with him and I would like to play it. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to text him. Hey man, if you're around, I'm going to premiere your tune in a few minutes. Rock on. There we go. Simple. Okay, so we're going to do one here, and then we're going to go into the other one, which is his. Yeah. Yes, you did hear Helter Skelter. I played a 70th anniversary for George Harrison, and we did a whole bunch of Beatles tunes, and I did that medley in there with that front end. Yeah, so there you have it. All right. Hey, people. Thanks. Yeah, that was a little, actually, that was that wasn't 007. That was Mission Impossible. But we're going to do 007 next because I usually follow up that one with this one. All right. Well, I hope everybody's doing really well on this Monday evening. Like I said before, we have an awesome crowd here, so I appreciate everybody who hangs and chats, especially with the comments. We're at 410 comments, so please keep them coming. Here's a little guitar spoon. And I have merch now. Yep, merch now. Monday Night Live mugs with my mug on it. That's right. Ah, yes. Are you okay? Chris says. Yes, I'm good. How are you? I just walked off the camera to grab another guitar because the next song needs the guitar. Cousin Mark in the house. Spoon! Yes. Yes. So let's see. Yes, Tinkle Tinkle Guitar Spoon. That goes out to Gary Hubbs. Gary Hubbs, the man. The parking lot warrior. He gets the Tinkle Tinkle little spoon. This spoon was a gift, along with many other multicolor spoons from the fantastic and amazing Lori's Mishmash. And did I mention I have mugs, hats and t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. Thanks, Chris. All right, so let's put some people up here. We have Chris. There he is. Love the mug, doing good. Awesome, thank you for being here. Cousin Mark digs the mug. Eileen, hello Eileen, my fantastic and amazing moderator. And my good friend Anthony Rufo, who every week I dedicate the official Monday Night Live slurp. So here we go. Monday Night Live slurp. I am having a 7 mushroom blend from Z Natural Foods. For my health. Yeah, that's why. That's right. Is that a new blue pea? No, this is a black pea. It's just the lights. The lights make it look blue, but it is black. It is a flat black. It's beautiful. Really awesome guitar. And since I'm doing a really cool song next, I need this guitar because it has crazy whammy bar stunts. So the first one I'm going to do is an original, and this goes out to my cousin Mark every time I do this. And the next song is going to be me playing on my cousin Mark's tune. So, yeah, here we go. Hello, thanks for being here. I am well, and I hope you are too. So, I'm going to hit this real quick. This one's called Funk Me Silly. There we go. Whoops, and of course this one goes out to my mom. She loves this tune. So, original called Funk Me Silly. Here we go. Goes out to Cousin Mark and to my mom. Just so happens that my mom is Cousin Mark's godmother. Yeah, there you have it. There's some history. Alright, that was an original called Funk Me Silly with Stuart Ham, the fantastic and amazing bassist from Steve Vai and Joe Satriani. We did a bunch of really cool guitar clinics back when I was endorsed by Parker Guitars, and he was endorsed by Washburn Basses. So this tune is a tune that my cousin wrote. Cousin Mark, there he is. Come on. There he is. Cousin Mark and I did some music in 1989. And this is the first time since we've done anything. So I recorded this here at my home studio, and he sent me the tracks, and here we go. So yeah, Stu, man, for real. Stu played on about four or five of my originals, yeah. So anyway, we are going to do this tune by Cousin Mark and his band Deacon Stone. Check them out. I know Eileen, I didn't even have to say it. I'm already there. Look at that. Or she's already there. Check out my cousin's page. The song will be, is it up there now or is it debuting next week? Eileen has all the information. She will put it up. I believe it's debuting next Sunday. So I am going to give you all a sneak peek. I'm going to play the whole thing. All right, here we go.
Rising
All right. A little murder in the dark. Mark Boomer Papalardo on the drums. And I believe the backing vocals. Yeah. That wasn't you singing lead, right? I'm not sure. But if it was, that's awesome. And if it wasn't, still awesome, whoever you got. But yeah, that was cool. It was fun to do. I haven't done anything with Mark since 1989. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. That was fun, man. Yeah. Hey, Lori. I'm using your spoon. Little tinkle tinkle little spoon for Gary Hubbs. Everybody check out Gary Hubbs, the Parking Lot Warrior, at 2 a.m. Eastern, live from a parking lot in Canada. No joke, folks, that's real. Parking lot in Canada. Now we're going to slow this down a pinch. Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. Thank you for coming by the way. It was nice meeting you over on the Robbie's stream, I think it was. Oh my god, I'm so bad with names, I forget. But my Parker friend. Here we go. Eileen is on it. Where is it? There we go. Alright, so I have to switch guitars because it's that time of the night. So this goes out to Mom, Eileen, and since Ryan Hall is here, we'll dedicate this one to Ryan as well. I used to play this every week with my good friend Lou Pallo from the Les Paul Trio. And tonight, I'll be doing it, as usual, on Lou's guitar. Now everybody, you all need to put rainbows in the chat. Okay? That's the rules. Rainbows in the chat. So I used to play this with Lou Pallo every month, every week for many years. I think we're in tune, but we're going to check anyway. Hello, wake up guitar. Aha! That's why we don't hear it. And Lou was the rhythm guitar player for the Les Paul Trio. He brought Les Paul, the guy who built this guitar, out of retirement and played with Les for like almost 30 years. And then I was lucky enough to play with Lou for 10. And Lou and I did lots of gigs together. He would come to my gigs and play, and I would go to his gigs and play, of course. But Lou didn't really go to too many people's gigs and play, so I was really fortunate that he liked my band and me enough to come and play. Yeah. So this is his model. This is the Les Paul Lou Pallo signature. We're just making sure it's in tune because, you know, can't be playing stuff out of tune. And again, pop the rainbows in the chat, and you'll figure it out if you're new around here why. And for all you regulars, start the wave of rainbows. Isn't that a commercial for Skittles or something? Ah, yes. Why don't I have sound? Because I'm probably still in tuner mode. Yep. All right. Want to thank my fantastic moderators, especially Eileen and Gary Hubbs, Lori's Mishmash, and Jeff, the Metalhead Hippie. All right, this one goes out to Mom. Hopefully she's still up. I know she likes to get to bed. But here you go. That's the spirit. All right, everybody. Thank you all for putting up the rainbows. Look at that. Look at that one. Massive rainbows. Hey, Angelo, what's going on? You're welcome. You are so very welcome. Thank you for helping me out every week. And I really appreciate everybody who has come and gone through my channel here. Some more tinkles for Mr. Gary Hubbs. The Lori Mishmash spoon. The Monday Night Live mug. There it is. Look at it. It's good quality stuff. There it is. It ships from, I think it ships from Texas. They're made in China, but you know what? You do. Everybody's merch is made in China. There's no way around it. Can't find anybody who does it anywhere else. I tried. So anyway, it's a kick-ass mug. It's equal quality to anything else that's out there. The quality of the screen print is amazing. Yeah. And it comes in different sizes. So if you like your large coffee, which this is not coffee right now, but this is a 15 or 16 ounce mug, and they also have a 12 ouncer. So whatever you prefer, you can get now. Yeah. The other company I used only offered one size small. Did not like that at all. I'm a large cup coffee guy. Ah, yeah. All right. Here's the merch. Thank you so much, Eileen, for putting that up. Hey, Jeremy, what's going on? Gorgeous Eileen, that paint is my speed. Well, alrighty then. Yeah. Yes, Mom is hanging out. Thanks, cuz. Yeah. You could thank Gary Hubs, or I should thank Gary Hubs for hooking me up with the fantastic place called Fourth Wall. They have some great stuff. The screen printing that came on the shirt is amazing. The hat looks amazing. It's really good stuff. Really, really happy with the merch. Yeah. So, yeah, right, Martin? Who needs that? Good grief, nobody needs a small coffee cup. That's like decaf. Jeremy. Howdy, brand new to the channel. Best wishes. Well, thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe and tell your friends. I do all instrumental guitar. Occasionally I do some tunes toward the end of the show that have the actual band playing them. But everything you hear on this show, I have done the backing tracks for, unless otherwise notified. Yeah. All right, so this is the time of the night where I do some things. And those things are play some blues. All right. Yes, we're going to play some blues. Anyone new around here, please like, subscribe, and do chat it up. Don't be shy. There's a lot of people hanging out right now, and yeah. All right, so Shell, are you still here, Shell? Are you driving? If you're driving, then I will wait. If you're here and able to listen, then I will play something for you because Shell gave a super chat. So if you want to do want me to dedicate a tune to you, all you got to do is super chat. Yeah, do a super chat and I'll be glad to dedicate a song to you. Yeah. All right, so here we go. Let's see. What are we going to do? Nobody gets out of this place without singing the blues. That is correct. So we're going to do some blues. I need to switch guitars, though, because this guitar, as beautiful as it is, has tens. And this week, my hands are killing me. I've been playing an awful lot. I didn't play for 2 days purposely because my hands are bothering me. Because I've been playing since I was, 6. And that's a long time. All right. So we're going to do some blues on the Les Paul with 8s. I know, new people. You're cringing. Oh my God, you put 8s on your Les Paul? Yes, I put 8s on almost everything. Because in this instance, size does not matter. It's all about how you use it. Just in this instance. All right. Let's get this going. Got my Randy Rhoads strap. We're going to just double, triple check. Yeah. That's the only thing about Gibson guitars, man. They go out of tune very easily. And I just can't get around it. Don't know why. Has nothing to do with the 8s. Has everything to do with the stability of the wood. But these are fairly good. Because they're old. This is an 89. I believe this is an 89. You know what, cuz? I saw that 789 thing. I'm thinking of putting 7s on this. Billy Gibbons uses 7s, actually. Billy uses 7s. I could get new tuners. These are the original tuners. I like to keep this guitar. I'm trying to put it back to stock. I replaced these with Gibson can't remember the number. 984, something like that. Powerful pickups. They sound great. But I'm gonna put the gold covers back on, and I'm gonna get rid of the Tune-O-Matic bridge and put that back. Neck shouldn't need cutting. This thing's old. I've played hundreds of gigs with it, but it's just one of those things where it's just the way it is. Man, I talk about this all the time. I don't like to fight my instruments. I like to just play and not have any issues. But anyway, let's do some playing here. Let's do some playing. Where is it? There it is. Here we go. Here's some blues. Hey, we got some new peeps hanging around. We got BMG Kate. Hello, BMG Kate. We have Mountain Man. Hello, Mountain Man. Whoo, yes, we have. Who else? Who else is hanging? Good amount of people here. All right, so let's see. Now we're going to tone it down a pinch. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to tone it down a pinch. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, I think I can do that on this guitar. We're going to stick with the old Les. Yeah, I used to play this out regularly, but it weighs an effing ton. Yeah, let's get this to 1,000 comments. Thank you, Eileen. So we are at 851, and we're streaming at 1 hour and 29 minutes. So yeah, let's get that happening. That would be really cool. Hey, Shelly. Oh, stop moving. There we go. Hello, Shelly. All right. Yeah, Dwight Bailey. Hello, Dwight. Thank you, Gary. Let's see. Let's see who else is here. I'll back up a little bit. All right. I think I caught everybody. Sorry if I haven't said hello to anyone in particular if you have been chatting. I'm busy playing, and I'm trying to read. And every time I read, I mess myself up. So I'm not reading. Gonna stop reading. Shell, are you around? Shell gave a $5 super chat. Are you around? Because I know if you're around, I'm gonna play the tune that you want to hear. Yeah. Again, if anybody wants to request a tune and throw a couple bucks in the super chat, that would be fabulous. That goes towards, making merch, getting the artwork done. Goes to my mushroom blend. Goes to guitar picks. Look, soon I'll be able to have guitar picks for sale on the merch site because they allow me to send you guys my own stuff, not just pre-made things like this. But here's something cool. Check this out. James is lurking. Hello, James. James is an awesome drummer. Shell is here. Hello, Shell. Hey, hey, hey. Is that a Les Paul? This would be a Les Paul. This is the real deal. Gibson Les Paul custom. Not just a Les Paul. This is a custom. I put these pickups in and took the covers off. The gold pickups. So I will be putting the gold pickups back to restore it back to the original condition. I believe this is an 89. somewhere around there. Guitar nerd community vibes. I like it here. Yes, sir. Jeremy, there is all kinds of guitar nerd vibes happening here. Yes. I love talking about guitar. If anybody has any questions, then yeah, let's go. I'm all about answering questions. Good mushrooms or normal? It depends on what you consider good. I consider these good. They're nice and healthy. They are normal mushrooms. It's a 7 mushroom blend. It's not that advertised stuff. This is a blend that I found, or I should say my late wife found. She was a very, very health conscious person, and it's by Z Natural Foods. It's a 7 mushroom blend. I add a little coconut powder and a dash of monk fruit powder or stevia. No sugar. I try not to have any added sugar ever. It's hard to do, but I do it pretty well. All right, let's see. Picks for my collection. Yes. I will be having those for sale on the site. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so let's go with this. I'm going to stick with this guitar for this tune. This tune, Carlos Santana guested on a live version, and I just brought this back into the fold here. I haven't done this in a while, so hopefully there won't be too many mistakes. I did it last week. It went over pretty good, so we're going to do it again. All right, here we go. Alright, I've had enough of the Les Paul. I love this guitar, but it's a heavy beast. Need to get back to something a little more manageable. Alright. Put the Randy Rhoads strap away. Let's see, what shall we do next? Oh, I know what we're going to do next. Everybody start putting up the pink hearts. We're going to do some Deep Purple. Yes, I know, I said pink hearts for Deep Purple. You can put purple hearts if you want. But pink guitar for Deep Purple. And this goes out to my late wife. This was her guitar. She loved Mr. Steve Vai, and she treated herself to this and was going to learn guitar. An Ibanez Pia. This is a pre-pandemic Wendy Pasechnik pink Pia. Panther pink Pia. Good grief. Messed that up. Yes, thank you all for the pink hearts. So yeah, this one goes out to Wendy. She was a big part of the show in the past. A lot of people do know her. See that? There, she put it up. Eileen's the best. Alright, let's see here. Where is my tune? Alright, let's try this. Let's try this. No, that's wrong. Alright, we have to go to another list. Let's try that. There it is. Alright, here we go. The pre-pandemic Panther Pink Pia. That is correct. Thank you all for putting up the hearts. Means a lot. Appreciate it. Hey, Val. Pretty Panther Pink Pia people. Yes. Hey, Guitar Man 45. BMG Kate. And I saw Shell was still here, so I didn't forget about you. We're going to do that, I think, after this. Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? Let's line it up. Let's line it up so I don't have to stop. Gotta go here. And it's right there. Perfect. All right. Cool. Zip. Okay, here we go. Right there. Mute the mic and give you guys the good order. All right. Thank you all for partaking. Really appreciate it. We were at 1,044 comments. Thank you, Edward. Hello. Thanks for coming around. Gary Hubs. All right. Thank you, Martin. Highway who? That's right. Awesome. Sean. Hello, Sean. Zach. Chris. Leanie. Who else? Let's see. The Flamingo King. The Flamingo King. All right. Did I mention I have merch? Oh, so not only do I have merch, but I have a pink spoon to match the awesome pink guitar. Compliments of Lori's Mishmash. We have the tinkles. Right, there you go. Those are for Gary Hubs. And the slurp of the day goes to my buddy, Rough Man, Anthony Rufo. Alrighty, let's see. What's the chat saying? What's the chat have to say? Jeremy gives me a star. I don't know where that went, though. Got buried. BMG Kate is doing cartwheels. Chris is throwing some guitars. Shreddy spaghetti. Yeah, in a good way. Nice. All right. Let's see. Who else is chilling out here? Every Monday since 2018, doing the thing here that I do. Let's see. All right. So Shell, this is going to go out to Shell. Where are you? Where is it? By any chance, is Angelo still on? Is Angelo still on? Angelo, are you still on? I wonder if Angelo's still here. Highway Star. Yes, sir, Jeremy. It's those rock band endings. Thanks. Yes, the Slurpa for Anthony Rufo. Vince has 1,000 stories, Jeremy. You are right. Yes, I've done an awful lot of things over the years. Yeah, so I have a lot of stories. So let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Cousin Mark. Mark and I did a video, MTV video. It's on my YouTube channel. I think it's one of the first videos I ever posted, but I don't think it comes up right. I have to re-upload it. Because it was back when YouTube was first starting out. Hey, forget about it, huh? Angelo. We need Angelo. Is he here? I don't see it. I don't see any Angelo posts. Where's Angelo? Is he here? Angelo. I guess not. Calling Angelo. All right. Well, we won't bother. We won't bother with that one. We are going to do... Where is it? Oh, I'm in the wrong list. That's why I had it set up, and it's not in that list. It's in this list. Okay. Where are you? Boom. There it is. Okay. Beautiful. All right. This is going out to Shell. Shell, hopefully you're still here. We are at 1,088 comments, so keep them coming through. Love you guys and gals. You're awesome. I really appreciate everybody chatting it up. Here's the link for Cousin Mark's band. Go check out Cousin Mark and check out the new tune that I'm playing on, Murder in the Dark. Yeah, go check it out. Go check it out. I just got 4 months ago a Epiphone Les Paul from Sweetwater Color Viper Blue. Nice. Awesome. Congratulations. They're cool. Epiphones are good guitars. They are. One of my students has the SG. I think it's in the same blue. It's really nice. Thank you, Leanie. There we go. All right. So, Shell. There she is. Hello, Shell. All right, Shell. This one's for you. All right, everybody. Get up and dance. And whatever. Headbang. Because there's dancing and headbanging in this tune. Oops, I just muted the guitar. That would have sucked. Let's mute the vocal. Hey, 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 hey. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for hanging. Let's see. We are more than halfway done. Holy cow, it is 11:15. My goodness, thank you, Leanie, for putting up the stuff all the time. So that's what I use back there, that blue glowing thing. That's the Fractal Axe 3. And, yeah. That's where all the tone is coming from. Everything, including effects, amps, it's all in there. The amp that I use is a custom build from Fractal. It's called the FAS Modern. And for all of you gear nerds, I think I could show it to you. Let's see, can I show it to you? Boom! Let's see if that still works. Yeah. So there it is, the Axe Edit. Everything is edited on this wonderful software. And it changes it in that box across the room. I have a gigantic USB cable. That's what she said. That goes around the perimeter of the room, and I can edit the Axe 3 from here. Yeah. All right. So that's the nerdy stuff. Oh, did I mention I have merch? Look at this. Forgot about this one. The Blue Flame. Look at how good this came out. Thank you for hooking me up with this company, Gary Hubs, because it's really cool. I don't know if you can see the flame behind it, but it's killer. Yeah. Anyway, with a matching spoon from Lori's Mishmash, you guys don't get the spoons when you order these things. You just get the mugs. Another, there it is, another large and in charge mug. Yeah, so that's available on the merch page. Thank you, Leanie. There it is. The merch page. All about the angles, that's right. Alright, so I'm going to do a tune. Where are you? And this one goes out to Eileen. Where is it? There it is. This one's called Take You There. It's a cool tune. It's an original. I basically programmed everything and had my good buddy Mike Dawson play the drums. Mike was the managing editor for Modern Drummer for a million years. Awesome drummer. And he's got a great YouTube channel. If you're into drums, you should go check him out. Demos different snares, all kinds of stuff. He goes through a practice thing, I think every day. I think he goes live every day or close to it. Yeah. So check out Mike Dawson. You could tell him I sent you. He'll be like, Vince who? Now, we played together for at least 10 years. Great drummer. Anyway, yes, sir. Gonna take you there. Gonna take Leanie there. Gonna take you all there. And there's wherever you want to go that you find peace. That's how it works. Take you there. That is going to be one of the things that we all need to do. Have our own little private space to clear your mind and chill wherever that might be. And that's what we're doing here on Mondays. Since 2018, this is a place to come out, hang out, listen to music, talk about nerdy guitar stuff, and yeah, and whatever else you want to talk about. As long as it doesn't get too heavy, then the moderators have the power to moderate. That's what they're there for. All right, so this one's going out to Eileen and Gary, because Gary loves the middle section with the harmonies. I'm going to switch guitars back to my black Pia because that has 8s on it. This has 9s on it. And there's some bends and stuff that I like to do in this song that I would prefer to do on a guitar that has 8s. Why do you use 8s? Because I can. Alright, here we go. Thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. You guys and gals are awesome. This goes down every Monday for all you new folks. Please like, subscribe, and all of that fun stuff. Let me just check what's going down here on the phone. I got a message. What was that all about? Ah, okay. And yes, okay. Cool. All right, here we go. All right. Always have to look on YouTube for all the things that don't come out. But thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Your silent smile speaks volumes, Eileen. And then that face turquoise covering eyes. I have to look there to see what that looks like. I don't know why it doesn't convert over to the software, but it's weird. And annoying. That's right. See, like this. I have to look there. Not that it's a big deal, but it's annoying to put it up. Oh well, what can you do? All right, so I hope everybody's having a great time hanging out here on Monday Night Live. We are at 1,307 comments, 2.5 hours almost in, so we got about another half hour to go. And yeah, so that's how it works here. I hope everybody's good and all of that fun stuff. Sounding great, Vince, as always. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Again, anybody who's new, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend that this is a fun place to hang out on Mondays. Yes. All good. 1,307, that's right. That is right. Did I miss anybody while I was playing? Let's see. Anybody else? Cool. Well, we still have a good amount of folks hanging out. I appreciate it. So we're gonna do another tune. But first I want to set up the tune because I haven't done this in a while. Okay, we're gonna move this over to here. All right, we're gonna do 2 originals in a row. And I need to switch guitars to do this because you see all this fancy artwork? It messes with me. So it's a tapping tune, a melody, very distinct melody, and I haven't played it in a while. So I don't want to have the distraction of the fancy artwork. I need to see dots. All right, so give me a minute. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, tell jokes. Okay, I can tell I haven't played this song in a long time because this guitar is so out of tune. Oh my god. We're going to do this. I'm going to drop it down a pinch. Yeah. Hopefully this is going to work. It's really out of tune. Oh my goodness. That's what happens summertime when we have massive amounts of humidity here in New Jersey. Okay. I think we're going to skip it on this guitar. I think we have to skip it on this one. Back to the Ibanez. I have no patience for this right now. Okay. Here we go. We're going to use this guy. And hopefully this guy is in tune. Ooh, out of the way. I'm thinking this is going to be in tune. So this is a original 1990s Japanese-made Universe Steve Vai. They don't make them like this anymore. Let's get some volume. That's much better. All right, this one's called Off in the Distance. Let's see if we can get through this song. Again, I haven't played it in a while. And it's on a 7-string. 7-string. Whew, that's a song that I need to practice. Wow. That one's called Off in the Distance. Oh, thank you. Very clean playing this deep into the show. Well, thank you, sir. That is an original called Off in the Distance. That has Stu Ham on bass. That's a fun one to play. But I need to work on the riffs. Whew, it's a little tough. And we have a 7-string, so I got a nice big wide neck here. And that's definitely not one of the favorites for me to be playing. Hey, Tina's here. Hello, Tina. Tina's here. Hello, Tina. What's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Tina is here, so we have to change it up because Tina doesn't come by that often. And since she's here, I have to do some prints. I have to do some prints for Tina. All right. Let's put this guy back because I don't need a 7-string. There we go. Alrighty. We're going to go back with this guy because I love this guitar. I hope everything is going well in your world, T. I hope everything's good. Hey, Camp G-May is here. Alright, so real quick before I go on and do this, let me just see who else is hanging out. We have Lori back in the house. We have Zach hanging out. We have Camp G-May. Thank you. You guys need to check out Camp G-May's channel. He's awesome. He does a live jam on Saturdays with guests. It's really cool. I was on a few times on his show, so go check him out. All right, so we're going to do some Prince. Here we go. right. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate all the compliments. G-Hubs. Ryan. Of course, Tina, glad you enjoyed it. Good to see you here. Thanks for dropping by. Ah, yes. So relaxing. And now I'm going to just crank it up and blow that right out of the water. That relaxed. Thank you. What's this? Nice. So you aren't all hell bent for leather, huh? Oh, that's such a great tune. Love Judas Priest. Vince, this past Saturday I played some acoustic on Camp G-May show for the first time. Oh, nice. Very cool. Let's shut that off. There we go. I'm going to sit for a moment and chat with y'all. With everybody. Whoo, I need to dance. All right, well, Lori, you know when you're here, we're going to do some Journey and stuff. So we're going to get you up and dancing, peeps. Yeah. Shameless plug. Did I mention I have merch? Oh, I'm just busting chops. But Lori bought some merch. Thank you so much, Lori. Eileen bought some merch. My cousin Mike bought some merch. And Tone13 bought some merch. And somebody else bought some merch. But I can't remember their name. And they have a different name than on here. So sorry about that. But I really appreciate everybody. Mark, you're hilarious. Who has bought some merch. And I appreciate everybody who's done the super chats. Super chat from Shell. And a super chat from our new bro hanging out, Jeremy Anderson. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Best money I spent all week. Well, that is really awesome. Thank you. Glad you're having a good time here. We love new folks hanging out and enjoying the music. Where can we get it? Tina wants to know where we can get it. You can get the merch here. That would be Fourth Wall is the website. And yeah, and it's linked on my Vince's Lessons page. So if you can't write that down quick enough, because it's kind of long. But yeah, you can get it at fourthwall.com and search my name. Yeah, let's do that one more time. It goes by so darn quick. But anyway, that's where you can get it. Fourth Wall. But you can also go through vinceslessons.com and go to merch. Do I have that set up, or is that on vincejanella.com? Oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to leave that to Eileen, because Eileen... Thank you! Eileen is awesome. She put it on Facebook. There you go, Tina. Oh my goodness. Eileen wants donuts. Neil Sean is on preemptive speed dial line because I know he's taking my miserable pennies that I make from the show and kiboshing. Actually, I don't make anything from any of these shows because I play covers. So thank you, Tina. Awesome. I have this other cool mug with the blue flame. So that's a cool one. And then I have the Monday Night Live, which is really cool. The graphics come out great on these mugs. I'm really impressed. That's why I keep showing them, because I'm just really impressed with how good they are. But hey, if people want to buy them, you can get 16, I think, or 15-ounce mugs. So you get a nice large cup of coffee. I am currently drinking a thing called Z Natural Foods 7 Mushroom Blend. Coffee this late is not good. I'll be up till Thursday. All right. Are you new or new-ish to Vince's show at Art? I think I've seen Art here. I'm not sure. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate everybody who's been hanging out tonight and every week. Let's see. We have. I thought you were new. First day. Dog. Nice. Well, thanks for being here, Art. I usually do instrumental guitar, and if I do covers, I do the melody line on the guitar. So, yeah. I think I'm going to do another original. Let's do something heavy. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, right, I have this cool feature. I just have to type it. Oh, I see it. Never mind. There it is. Boom. There we go. All right. So this is an original called Zero Gravity. That's what we're doing. This one is Zero Gravity. And this one does not have Stu Ham from Joe Satriani on it. This one actually, I produced the whole thing. This is all me. Wow, 6 minutes till midnight. Little Maiden. Wow, I should learn that. And every time it's 6 minutes to midnight, I actually relearn it because I used to play that in a band. Is that the one that goes like this? Ooh, jeez. Let's go like this. Let's see. That was Wasted Years. Wrong song. When I got to the chorus, I recognized it. Anyway. Vince, do you play any Montrose? No, I don't know any Montrose. But yeah, I should do it. Noted. Yes. I should do it. I did some Iron Maiden on the show a while back. I don't know if I can remember it. I did it with some students at a performance, which was really cool. Let's see if I have it. Iron Maiden. Let's see. Let me type that in. Well, hold on. Let's go here and type it in the actual window. Oh man, can I do this? Let's see. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm willing to make a complete fool out of myself. Sure, why not? Oh my goodness. What time is it? Alright, it looks like we have about 10 minutes. I will try this. Whew, it's gonna be rough. You guys are having too much fun. Oh, alright. Damn, I don't know if I can do this. I don't even remember how the solo goes. I'm just gonna make it up. Here we go. I need to listen to it once. Let's listen to it together. Well, that wasn't my best performance, but in my defense, I haven't played that since November. I think there's a recording of that with my students. I gotta find that. There's video, and it was a lot of fun. Do you remember those guys, Tina? Iron Maiden? They're still touring. Holy cow. Ay, ay, ay. My finger's killing me from holding the pick. He only has 6 Les Pauls. Do I have 6 Les Pauls? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Les Pauls. 1 SG. 1 Court copy Les Paul. Yeah. That's what I have. Yeah, I've been playing guitar for a long time. A long time. Thank you. And I have this problem about when I sell guitars, I regret it. So I actually wind up going back and tracking down people that I sold them to and buy them back if they're willing to sell them. And so far, every guitar that I've sold that I wanted back, I was able to buy back. Yeah, so I've been playing for longer than you guys probably even think. Yeah. I'm older than I look. I've been playing for 50 years. Yeah. Holy cow. Anyway. Everybody in my family knows as soon as I was born, a guitar popped out with me. So I've been playing guitars right out of the gate. Fake Les Pauls. Oh my God, no, they're not fake. And the Court is a really nice copy. That was my first. Hey, you, be careful. The Court Les Paul was given to me by my parents when. Oh my God, that was like my second real guitar. So that one has a lot of sentimental meaning. You don't look a day over 40. Thank you. Yes, Vince, but I'm older than you have been playing for 50. Yeah, I know. Yes, sir. I know. All right, so let's see. I know it's like 2 hours in. There's a good amount of peeps hanging out here. I feel like I need to redeem myself a little bit. So what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do a fun one for Gary Hubbs, my other fantastic and amazing moderator who helps out. Where is it here? We're gonna do is this in the right thing? It is. All right, this one goes out to Gary. Alrighty, that goes out to Gary Hubbs, the parking lot warrior. Please check him out on Fridays at midnight. And we're going to start wrapping it up here. We got 2 more songs on the list of to-dos. So thank you all for hanging out. Thank you to anyone who's new around here. I really appreciate you coming by. Please come back. Please tell a friend. And yeah, there you have it. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We have one more, and this is the closer. Every week, this happens every week here on Monday Night Live. This goes out to Eileen, of course, as everybody knows this one. Thank you all so much. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for hanging out. And yes, let's see who's here real quick. We'll throw some peeps up on the screen. Thank you all so much. Game over, dude. Yes, thank you. Good to see ya. Thank you all. We'll just put some more people up. Did we hit 2,000 comments? Oh my God, I'm not going. We are so close. 1,984 comments, people. Chat it up. We're almost there. Almost at 2,000 comments, Chris. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. We are so close. Holy cow. We are at 1989. I remember that year. That was the year I was out with Mark, cousin Mark, in California, 1989. That's right. All right, so keep the chats happening, please. We have a nice lineup on Friday, as usual. We have Lori's Mishmash Friday night Eastern Time at midnight. Then right after that, we all go hang out with the man, Gary Hubbs, the Parking Lot Warrior, at 2 a.m. Eastern Time and 11 p.m. Pacific Time. Yes. And, and then we have all kinds of stuff. Then we have Leela, the wonderful and amazing Leela. So check her out at 3 a.m. Holy cow. Friday night is an ongoing party. So yeah, there you have it. We're at 2017. Haha, thank you. Love you too. Hey, Tonex is here. Awesome. All right, here we go. Everyone buy a mug. Yes, please. You have choices. You have Blue Flame, and you have the Monday Night Live mug. Lori has one. Eileen has one. Eileen has a shirt. Eileen has a hat. Tone 13 has a hat. And my cousin Mike has a mug. All right, you guys are awesome. Here we go. We are going to Panama. You guys are calling out some fun stuff. I don't know. I don't really remember that. Let's see if... Played all of that stuff with my band. All right, thank you so much. Here we go. We got... You just got the water bottle. That's awesome. That is so cool. Thank you. Please let me know how long it takes to get, because these guys have been really fast. It's been awesome. Let's see. Question at Vince Janela. Strap bridge, super distortion, or JB? Thank you, brother. Also, matching neck humbucker, PF or 59. Okay, so I have a couple of Parker Flies that have a Duncan distortion and a JB in the neck. So that's my combination. I love that combination. The Duncan distortion and the JB in the neck. These are the Utopia pickups that come with this guitar. So I just leave it alone because this thing is just beautiful and I don't want to mess with it. So yeah, smoke break. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do our ending tune. And I'll catch you all next week. Please come back. It's always fun. Love you guys and gals. It's been super tonight. And here we go. We have hit 2043 in the comments. 2043. Amazing. Yeah, baby. All right, everybody. Have a great week. I'm going to go find something to munch on. Hopefully some cookies. Or maybe some peanut butter. Right, Gary? Some peanut butter. Richie! Oh, my goodness. Then drinks and cold pizza after. Yes, we had a great time. You're talking about the party here? The party. It was the three of us. It was awesome. Sigh. Yes, little sleepwalk. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Make sure you check out Cousin Mark's YouTube channel for the tune that I did with him this evening. I opened the 10 o'clock area. If you want to, zip back, watch the replay. Check out Cousin Mark's tune. No, no, don't start. All right, everybody, have a great week. Peanut butter it is. Good night, everyone. I will talk to you soon. Be well. 2181. That is our comments right now. 2181. Peace, everybody. Be well.